Welcome back to another action figure review. In this review, we're going to start our look at Joytoy's new Mecha Cavalry set. There's currently 3 figures and 1 Mecha. We're going to take a look at all 3 figures and do a mini series for the mech. So starting here, we're going to start with the company commander. This is a new black packaging that they are being released in. Like you see here, we have Joytoy at the top. We have the ninth, probably should be ninth TH instead of ST, Legion Mecha Cavalry Company Commander. These are done on 1/18 scale, or like your 3.75 to 4-inch figures. Very nice artwork of the actual character himself. Character has no name, he's just considered the commander, so you can create your own code name or name if you want. At the top of the packaging we have Joytoy. The bottom packaging we have the Battle for the Stars logo. On the side here we have some artwork of the actual figure himself with the 9th Mecha Cavalry, 9th Legion Mecha Cavalry. And on this side we have a picture of the figure with his helmet and his pistol. And then 9th Legion Mecha Cavalry. The back of packaging has the 9th Legion Mecha Cavalry at the top on the left. And on the right we have the Joytoy and the Battle for the Stars logo. We have a product shot of the figure. We do have some product parameters. We have the company information here in the second paragraph. And we have a note to stay away from the source of fire. Do not play with violence. There is important information in the instructions of the box. Please keep in reserve. Basically translated is to do not burn up your figures with fire. And do not play with heavy play or they will break. Gentle play is probably more recommended because these are more oriented for or marketed towards adult collectors, and also to keep your product information in reserve for your reference. I did notice that the age limits for these have been increased to 17. They seem to be around 15 or adult, at the minimum I consider as a young adult, I guess, collector, but down now 17 and up. And then we have a warning for choking hazards, small parts not for children under 3 years. We have the same logo there for that choking hazard, and then we have a UPC. On top of the bottom box there's just a piece of tape. I went ahead and I cut this one because I had to do an inspection of the figure to see what these were like to get through the review, especially for heating joints. I did have to do some mild heating. They were pretty good out of the box. I must say these are very, very nice figures. But I've been noticing even in big box companies like Hasbro have been having issues with their joints. So it wouldn't hurt to try to make it your new method of trying to heat up your figures before manipulating any joints anymore. It just seems to be going to be a new trend with all the companies, regardless if it's a big box or small. Companies like Joytoy. Okay, there's a window box here. It has 2 pieces of Velcro here and here. And I'll tell you what, those bad boys are super strong. There's 2 here. Then there's a very nice picture of the figure on his new figure stand. And it looks like these are part of the skeleton forces. Here's the other side of the open box. You have the window with all your figures, with all your accessories and your one figure. And then we have the really super nice new figure stands that are brand new to Joytoy and now starting to be released in this Cavalry sets. Very cool. Now we're actually kind of going backwards in packaging. I think the packaging is kind of, it is nice. The artwork is nice. I love the color, yellow and black works. Going back to that where you're going to have to be careful when you open your boxes up. because of the tab. You don't have to get something like me, my trusty butter knife here. Get something in there to work it open, because the tabs now go back to like when we did those individual boxes that they packed the figures in, like those brown boxes. You know, kind of like this. Those kind of boxes. So if you don't want to rip your boxes, you're going to have something to get past this part here, because these tabs here get inside there, and you could rip it if that matters to you. As you can see inside here, we have definitely got, in my opinion, a downgrade in quality of packaging. We have this very cheap material, if that matters to you. I mean, packaging for me, don't care too much about it. If you are, I don't know if anybody's collecting these to keep in a package. But if you are a mitten a box collector, mitten a card collector, you're definitely getting a less quality packaging that you're probably used to. You know, like for example, this kind of packaging, where it's like kind of give Vitruvian hacks collector friendly. But now we are just getting these. I'd rather them spend the money on the figures, the quality materials, the accessories than the packaging, in my opinion. Before we look at that figure, here's a product insert. That is awesome. Bad to the bone, skeleton forces. If you can see that or not, it's a skull. It has some choppers on top of his forehead there. That's pretty cool. This is the 9th Legion Mecha Cavalry Company Commander. We have a component parts. Shows you all the parts you get in the figure geared down. I will not be stripping the character down in this video, so we're just going to look at the figure. On the back of here we have precautions and how to disassemble your figure. This is what they mean by keep the information in reserve. You just kind of keep this for your reference for if you need to do any surgery on your figure. Okay, back to this. It is just a piece of plastic that you have to remove. There's no tape or anything. And then you have access to your figure and your accessories. So here is our company commander. Very nice. These figures are pretty much color schemed as an olive drab and a dark tan shades. As you can see, the head sculpt looks very nice. And I'm not sure if you can see it. Let's see if we can get it to come up. Head looks very cool. Kind of has that Duke haircut almost. He's definitely sporting there's definitely some reused parts here, like his scarf, and I think that vest has been released before. These shoulder pads, these are new, I believe, to the Stellar sets, and these bigger thigh pads here are newer. We do have the 9 on his chest, and we have his skull with the wings here on the other side. Look right there, some very nice detailing for like some buckles. Some nice show what those are, but some pouches. His belt. He has some arrows down here on the forearm guard. Does he have one on this side? He does not. He just has some black paint. Oh yeah, there it is. So we do have 2 of the yellow arrows down. Then we have a logo here. His knee pads. Unfortunately, he is sporting those new pistol holders that do not accommodate the pistols. So we'll see what happens. See what he comes with. And I did notice on these guys, they do have the new wrist, the ball joint of wrist. So he just basically works around the joint on different directions. So that's good to see those. They started coming out with the World War II figures. So let's go and take a 360 look at the figure. I love the sculpt work here on the back here. I think these are from the Health 5th vest. Very nice to gear on his belt there. So I can see if he had any carabiners. I think he has one, but it's not open. That's unfortunate. Alright, for the articulation, see, we got a side to side on the head. Oh, let's knock this head off. Put that back down there. Back, down, up, 360. Okay, let's take a look at this. I did notice the neck on here. If you notice, this is more of a square piece. And I think I haven't seen it kind of, well, maybe we have, but that's actually it's more squared and round than we're used to seeing. It's just on a ball. And it sits right back. I think that scarf just definitely caused an issue with that range of, for that joint. But, you could just sit in there and it stays pretty good, see? It's fine. Just you start manipulating too much, your range of motion, it can come out. But the good thing is, it's not broke, you just put it back in. Or just because I took it out of the package. Probably wasn't seated right. Yeah, feels good. The arms are on the ball joint. 360. High around. Bend the elbows. 190 degrees. Looks beautiful. And this bigger armor is not hindering the articulation. That's what we want. That's perfect. Both hands are the same joints. They rotate 360. They're on that ball so they can go down, up, all the way around, in and out, however you see fit. Very nice. Both wrists are the same. There is some chest articulation here, but unfortunately we can't see it because his vest on. But he does have an ab crunch, side to side. Now, one of the biggest questions with this bigger armor, he does sit really well with the armor on. Very nice. He has double jointed knees. Beautiful. He has thigh rotation. His feet do pivot down. Now I think, yeah, they do have it. You have the toe up joint there, which is kind of stiff. There we go. Maybe. Yeah, probably want to heat that up. But he has that toe up articulation. Right there. And these no longer rotate 360. It's a different style of joint. So if you want to rotate that, you have to rotate the thigh. Very nice figure. Very cool. Something I did notice about this figure is his feet are kind of angled, and you can't do nothing because they don't pivot. side to side, like, you know, like this. But they kind of, this one's kind of pivot down and in, and this one's kind of pivot out. And it seems to work for whatever reason that is perfectly. It's just if you hold him up, it kind of looks odd. But he can't straighten that up. But he stands. Alright, so let's put him up here. Let's take a look at his weapon. We have a unique style weapon here. We have a rail system on the top. It's done in black. It has white paint with a yellow little square there. I don't know where I got the white from. In my opinion, they should have went with the brown to match his armor. Kind of is off in my opinion, but I don't know. I just wish it was the brown instead of the white. He has a small handle there in the front. And we do have this annoying piece. I hate this piece here. I don't mind it here. Well, kind of do. But it's just so hard to get in their hands. So once you go kind of like go on the outside, stick his finger in the trigger and kind of get that thumb to pop out because it wants to mash the thumb inside the hand. Let's see if I can do it through the camera or not. Might have to go back here, guys, and take a look. I'll let you guys go ahead and take a look at the box a little more while I try to get this gun in his hand. See if I can angle it correctly here. So every time you try to do that, because that guard's there on the bottom, it gets in the way and then it wants to smash your thumbs inward, so you can never get to wrap around the actual rip. And it seems to be a continuous thing here. And if you just get it perfect, I almost got it. Oh, it is quite difficult to get that in there. So, this is what we got. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it because you guys probably don't want to wait while I'm trying to get his hand. But he will hold it. You just got to spend the time to get it inside there. You can see how hard that is sometimes. So, you know, for posability, you're definitely going to have to give it some work. It's ready to fall out again. So we're not going to mess with it too much, okay? So he does come with also a helmet, which is a scary thing because, like, let's hope it fits, right? Let's take a look at it. It is the same helmet we've seen in the Sickle Squad. And hoping that this, I think it's a Sickle Squad helmet. Yeah, I think so. Done a cool brown red visor. Black all around. We have some blue wires and some red wires on the back. Painted nicely. Oh yeah, look at that. Fits in perfectly, right? Very nice. Well, that's good news. I said this is a nice figure. Very nice. Okay, let's see here. So he does come with his very nice stance. These are perfect stance. They're beautiful. We have some destroyed metal there from maybe a mech being destroyed. I'm not sure what that white thing is. It's like bone, but not sure. Could be part of a mech also. We have the tan base. But do we have this? I don't know how they did that. But Look at that debris on there. It looks like loose dirt. Like if you touch it, it's on there. That's sculpted on there. Sculpted beautifully. I tell you what, these things are heavy. Look at the grain here in the bottom of this. Yeah, I don't know what this is made out of. It's definitely, I don't know. A mixture. It has the weight of wood. Very heavy. Very nice. Beautiful. And they fit perfectly. The figure fits perfectly. I don't think you could hold on to the figure and then stand, hold on, because that's a heavy stand. I mean, it's a high quality stand. Very nice. Oh, it actually does. Very cool. The only bad thing is if you guys are a Joytoy collector and you have these display cases, so I wanted to show you. This will not fit inside there, fortunately, but the figures do fit inside. So if you want to display your figures there, but it's a trade-off. You want to put them in a display case, keep the dust off of them, your stands don't fit. So this is a heads up on that. Put that up there so you guys can check that out. This is super nice. And the last, down this little crevice, you have a baggie of stuff. So just give me a second and I'll take a look at getting this open. If you can find the right place, you can open your bag without ripping it. Can't see through the camera, so give me a second. You guys can check out the figure some more. That amazing looking base. It looks super cool. Let's see, we have looks like we have a harness that goes over his chest. Some shotgun shells, some little pieces of satchel there, or pouch, another pouch, painted nice and brown. So that'd probably be over his chest like this, or like this, however you want to put it. Does it show? Yeah, it shows it on the box, right there. Looking fantastic. Look, we have a couple sets of hands. We have a punching hand. We have a gripping hand. Now, I'm sure if that would work better for that gun, but you do have the, gun and a finger like this to put into the trigger. Another punching hand. And another gripping hand. So you have a set of punching hands and another set of gripping hands. And then you get 4 of the new wrist joints. That's it. You do not get any other joints to replace your knees, your elbows, or shoulders. You just get 4 of these little guys. So it's just for the wrist. So they must be getting more confident with their joints. And then lastly, we get a pistol. And I think this is the same pistol that came with those Skeleton Forces. Not Skeleton Forces, the Interstellar sets, where it's not going to fit. This is just too big. Let's take a look and see. Yeah. Now, I've seen people get them in there, but you have to force. You're going to pry these open. And eventually, if you play with them and remove it, you're just going to break it. They're going to break. When you're prying something open, you're going to degrade the integrity of the plastic. Those won't fit, as you can see. Even like this piece, they're never going to make it. So, that's unfortunate. I don't recommend you guys forcing those in there, but it's your toy. Do what you want. These are pricey figures. These are for collectors, and they are not cheap. These are, I've now retail value. I've seen them cheapest was $32, and the highest is $35, $36 as of the initial release. So they're very, very high-end collectible figures. So I don't recommend you doing anything to them to damage them, unless, you know, again, it's your money. But I don't recommend doing that. I do recommend buying these figures if you want these figures as part of your collection. They are very nice. They are beautiful figures. They're probably one of the best sets. I want to give them like an A- on a rating, just simply because of this. This is something that has been passed down from other figures. They should have just put a holster on there. They should have just put a new holster or changed the gun, especially for the price point. That's the only negative I have here. Everything else, you get your figure, you gently heat it, take your time, get your joints in working order. Beautiful figures, you can play with them. Shouldn't have any issues. The helmets fit beautifully, beautifully sculpted. Nice paint, nice detailing. The stands are absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I definitely highly recommend them. But the only, that's the only flaw. And the packaging is a little less. Like I said, I don't really care much about the packaging, but here I'm trying to be impartial for the carded image and the box collectors. I don't actually know anybody that collects these in the package. But I'm sure there's somebody out there that does. So for you guys that do, there you go. That's what you're expecting to see in a new packaging style. And if you don't open them, it's nice. But, this is just kind of thin. Beautiful figure. Beautiful stands. Yep. So and they fit perfectly. I mean, just put them on your shelf, and a very nice posability for. Just got to fight the dust. It's weighing your options. You want to fight the dust and enjoy the beautiful stands, or do you want to put them in your collectible tubes, or do we want to utilize those stands? For me, I don't know. I mean, I love those stands. I really want those on display, but you have to find yourself a different display case to put this particular group in, which might not be a bad idea, because if you put the three figures together and you put the Mecha out on a display, you have your figures and your Mecha together. It'll look pretty nice. I've heard someone say there may be a pilot for the Mecha being released in the future. I haven't seen anything for that. Let's hope, because if they continue with this, this group, this company, it'd be nice. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're going to be taking a look at the other two figures in this set, and we are definitely going to take a look at that Mecha. I'm going to do a mini-series. I'm not sure how many episodes it's going to be, but we're going to look at it very closely at every point, every little accessory, the box, packaging, and everything. Interiors, how it's packaged, quality, playability, all kind of good stuff. So you want to consider subscribing. That way you guys can get a notification whenever I upload these videos. And we have some other Joytoy sets we're going to take a look at. There's lots of other brands that we're going to take a look at also. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Please consider subscribing. I really appreciate it. Please like and share the video. If If you guys are looking for any of your collectibles or even this figure, I want to wish you guys happy hunting. Keep collecting. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next review.